Hi guys, and welcome back to Reed's Readers with your host Clinton Reed. And I'm coming to you from a new spot. As you can see, I have a new TBR card, which is pretty in yellow. And I'll go through the books that are on that on another video. But the next couple of videos, I think I'm going to film right here. I'm trying to get a feel of, I just rearranged my room, trying to find the perfect spots to film. I don't know if the lighting over here is perfect or not, because right now it seems a little blue. But we're going to test this out for the next couple of videos. Comment down below and tell me if you like this, or if you don't. Yeah. So, I'm going to bring with you today in this video, I'm going to be doing my goals for 2020. Which I've only got 5 main reading goals, which if I look down, it's because my notebook is down here. So, and I have a stack of books as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. Number 1 of my goals, let's just get into the goals, because that's what you guys are here for. Number 1 is to read more books from more backlist books from authors that I love. I chose 5 authors that don't really have a lot of backlists that I haven't read. And it would just be a nice thing to complete these authors in 2020. And then in 2021 I'll do 5 more authors. Does that make sense? But if any of these come out with any new books, I'll get them and we will be reading those as well. Because I know at least one of these has a new book coming out soon. But yeah. And actually, I think I chose my favorite book from each. The first one, this first author was kind of hard to pick her favorite book, or my favorite book of hers. But I think this one I chose because I love the love interest, at least one of them. But the first author I would like to read all of her backlist, and that is Taylor Jenkins Reid. As I'm holding up, Maybe in Another Life, which when I think Taylor Jenkins Reid, besides 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is at the bottom of a stack, this is the next one that comes to mind. I have 3 full novels of hers to read. Forever Interrupted, After I Do, which are her first 2. And then I have Daisy Jones and the Six. And then I also have an ebook, but I also have the audiobook to said ebook. It's like an hour-long short story that she wrote. So I have at least 4 things of hers to get to, and I just love her writing. It's just so real and honest and just everything I love. And so far I've given 3 of her books 5. 3 out of the 3 that I've read have gotten all 5 stars. So obviously want to check her out. Next is an author that I feel like everybody's read everything of his. But I wanted to add at least 2 guys and 3 girls, because I wanted it to be a little bit diverse with it. This is the first year I've actually read from this author, or 2019 was the first year I've actually read from this author. And I've read this book and one other, and started another one, but I kind of put it down because time. Hopefully I'll finish it in the near future. But that is John Green. This happens to be my favorite all-time John Green novel. This happens to be in my top 10 favorite books of all time. I know I've got Paper Towns. I need to finish Let It Snow, because I never got to the John Green part. I have Abundance of Catherines, Looking for Alaska, and I think I've read Will Grayson that he wrote with David Levithan, but I'm not 100%. But you know what I mean. So I would like to finish him up because I should have read him back in high school and I didn't. But next is a gal that I've read quite a bit from, and I still got quite a bit to go. I know I have a couple of short story collections. That is Rainbow Rowell. I have read this, Eleanor and Park, and I've read Pumpkinheads. With her backlist, The only thing I do not want to read is The Runaways, and that's because I've tried to read her version of The Runaways, and I'm not interested in The Runaways. Y'all are probably gonna hate me here, but I'm more DC than Marvel, and Runaways was never really one of the things that gravitated towards me. So, I know I've got Landline, which I own, and Attachments to get to, and I think like one or two short story collections, plus Wayward Son. And I've also read Carry On, and I love Carry On because, like, Simon and Bass. And I just love her books. Matter of fact, this is one that's on my top 10 favorite books of all time. Matter of fact, I think all 5 of the books that I'm showing are in my top 10 favorite books of all time. Next is a guy who really knows how to make me cry. And I have his 2 other novels. But, so throughout the year, I'm going to throw them in with some happier books around it. So, yeah. But that is Daddy Zettner. Who, if you do not know who Jeff Zettner is, he's Mr. Sexy. Love him on Twitter. You should follow his tweets. You should follow him on Instagram. He's hilarious. But, yeah, Jeff Zettner. I have other 2 novels. Rain and Delilah's Midnight Matinee and The Goodbye Days. Yeah, Goodbye Days. Because it's right over there. So I've only got 2 of his to get to. And this next one, I have read 2 of her novels and absolutely love them. And I have 2 more on the way in a book outlet order. And I have one that comes out this year, and that is Emma Mills. Y'all don't know that I've read this yet because my wrap-up hasn't come up yet because it's not the end of the month. But Emma Mills is fucking phenomenal, and I fucking love her. So, yeah. So these are the 5 authors that I would love to read their backlist. At least most of them, except for a few things in Rainbow Rowell. But, yeah. So number 2 is I want to read at least 1 paranormal or witch book a month, if I can. Depending on readathons and depending on buddy reads. But me doing November and doing a full month of paranormal romances and reading some witchy reads, which are all right here, because my white shelf is right here, guys. As you see the thrillers behind me. I remembered that paranormal romances are some of my all-time favorite reads. So, yeah. Number 3 involves this lovely cart, which is a gorgeous yellow. I know you can't really see it, but it's not like that Easter egg yellow. One of my favorite gifts that I got for Christmas, plus the majority of the books on here. But I would like to read as many books that I possibly can this year that were gifted to me by you guys. By some of my fellow booktubers, from some of my friends. These are books that they love. And not even all of them are on here. I just filled up 2 shelves because that way I can get to them. Then I have a few more over there that I have an entire I have an entire like design in my notebook, and every book written on that bookshelf is a book that was sent to me. So I would like to get through a majority of these. As I was coming up with everything and trying to pick out books to read, I realized that I haven't really made these a priority like I should. And I'm interested in a lot of these. I'm just a shopaholic. And I keep seeing books for, ooh, that's $2. Ooh, that's $2. Ooh, that's $3. Ooh, that's $5 for a hardback. Yes, please. But, yes. Next is a goal. I want to read at least 5 books a month. That way, Like, my TBRs are just going to be simple like this. Except for readathons, buddy reads. There's always a few exceptions to the rule. But because there's a lot of books on my shelf that are gigantic, Lady Midnight, that series up there, for instance, that I would love to get to, but never have the time. So I want to go back to my love of reading, and I want to have fun. So I'm going to set my Goodreads goal to 60 books for 2020. That's 5 books a month. Because I know there's some months that I read 3 books. There's some months that I read 25. Which I don't think I've done, except for when I did the manga this year. But I get into different vibes and stuff. And there's a lot of TV shows that I'm wanting to watch, so I'm trying to, like, ease in. And I'm also hoping to maybe go back to school next year. Which, if I do get to go, I will fill you guys all in and all that stuff, if and when that's possible. But, yeah, it'd be fun. And I want to choose at least 2 or 3 from this cart a month as well. But number 5 is I want to try and read more booktuber recommendations. So many of you guys have recommended a book to me that you know I'm going to love. I actually have right here, I have front and back lists. I think I have 18 books that have been recommended to me. And they're books that I want to try to get throughout the year. Matter of fact, a couple are on this shelf. Matter of fact, a couple on this shelf have been recommended to me by the same authors or the same booktubers that are on that list recommending other things. So I just want to do more booktuber recommendations because I like to read books that you guys love. Because that gives me a little taste into your soul. Because I hate to like compare it to Harry Potter, but look whose channel you're on. These are pretty much Horcruxes almost. We put our heart and soul in the book when we read them, especially if we give them a 5-star. And when they become our favorites, that lets me know who you are as a person. Your likes, your dislikes, and stuff like that. So I want to see with these booktuber recommendations if the books you guys love, is it the same as me? Do we have similar tastes? That's kind of where I want to go with this, and I totally put my necklace on. Oh my god, I put my necklace on backwards. Awkward turtle. I was wondering what was hitting me. Do 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 do. You guys know I suffer from shiny squirrel. But yeah, so those are my 5 goals for this year. And I may change up some more goals and add some and lose some. I know I'm wanting to attempt to write a novel. I don't know if that's actually going to happen if I'm trying to focus on getting my life together to possibly go back to school. But if you guys like these goals, let me know down below if there's anything a part of my goals that you would add. Is there any books by these authors that you guys really want to know my reviews on? Like, is there any one by these authors that I haven't read that you guys absolutely love by them? That'll bump that up on my list. So just comment all that down below. Well, that's all I've got for you guys today on this video. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. And you might as well subscribe because, hey, it's me. You know you want to. Well, kids, that's all I've got for you. And remember, kids, reading is a what? Fundamental. Until next time, bye.